Hello, my name's Paul Regan. I teach at the Insight School of Art in North London. And I'm going to show you some drawing exercises that you might like to try. I'm going to make a drawing to show you how you can use charcoal. Okay, I'm going to work very, very loosely. I'm going to take my charcoal, it's just ordinary willow charcoal, and I'm going to keep a putty rubber in my hand as well, keeping it nice and warm for when I want to remove the charcoal. Drawing with charcoal, I feel, is as much about putting charcoal down as taking charcoal off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the head shape. Working from this photograph, I'm going to get the head shape. I'm not going to worry about putting down marks that I don't want because I can just remove them. I'm just going to make an energetic start to a drawing. And I can see the right-hand side of this face is all in shadow. So I'm going to start just shading like that, getting some charcoal down, and then over this side is much lighter. And then in the background, we've got a darker background, like so. And I'm just going to start to work that charcoal in with my fingers, making sure it's light on that side and getting darker on this side. I have some background in there as well. I can now, once I've got the general tones down, I can now start plotting out where the details are. So halfway across the face is the line of the eyes, and then straight down the centre of the face to make, as it's a portrait which is equal on both sides. A line for the nose, a line for the mouth, and then just going to remind myself where the end of the face of the chin is. The eye socket is much darker in there. So I'm going to put the eye socket in dark, down the side of the nose, underneath the nose. I'm putting my second layer of charcoal on. My first one was really loose and just treating the head almost like an egg. I'm now looking much harder to see where it's darker and lighter. The eye socket there is quite dark as well. And the hair that comes round like that, underneath the neck in there. And I can even work that charcoal in once again, where I wanted to do a bit of smudging. It's better to put marks on and then take them away than to worry about putting on the marks in the first place. I'm now going to take my putty rubber and I'm going to put it into a point, so I can use it almost like a pencil, and I'm going to start picking out some of the light areas. I'm going to start with some detail. So on the left-hand side of the nose, it's very light, and it comes across the top of the head here. There's a light area up here, and then that comes round, light underneath the eye, round the side of the cheek, like so. I'm just following the shapes. I'm not trying to tell myself to draw a nose or a mouth. I'm just literally drawing the light and dark that I see. Underneath the lip, it's lighter, and then there's a few bits of detail just underneath the eye there, on the eye socket there, comes round, and this side isn't light at all. So for any lights on this side, I'm just going to use my finger just to lighten the charcoal slightly. So underneath the eye, underneath the eyebrow, underneath the eyes slightly, a little bit over here. Just a little bit there, which shows where the cheek is, and the side of the mouth, bottom lip, like so, maybe just under the neck slightly as well. I can now go back to my charcoal and start being a bit more precise with things like detail. So I'm now going to start with this eye here. I'm going to make the eye work by choosing the place where I need the eye to be, which is here. I've got dark there. Get the putty rubber to a point. Take light on that side, light on that side, and a little highlight in the eye, just there. Make sure the highlight's not right in the center, otherwise it looks a little bit odd. There's a little highlight just there. Then I've got the eyebrow that fits in just nicely like that, and a bit of shadow underneath, and a very faint shading just in this area. I'm going to smudge it so it's very, very pale. And then the eye on this side, which is in much more darkness, but we still need to suggest where things are. Make sure the eyes are in line. Top of the eye there in darkness. There's the iris of the eye. They've still got a highlight, very important highlights. Get a nice clean piece of the putty rubber, like so. Just divide those into shapes. Darker underneath, And then that's more in shadow, so I'm just going to put more shading around there. Coming down to the nose, got the bridge of the nose that comes down there. Got a little bit of the nose that's suggested just like that, with that side there. No more than a little bit of a line. The nostril is just a little bit of a line. And on this side we've got a nostril in the darkness and a line in the darkness. Coming down even further, we've got a piece of shadow in the center. Got a bit of light on either side. I'm going to move the mouth up slightly from where I originally had it. So the center line of the mouth is there. Underneath the lip is there. Top lip, a little bit shading there, but there's light that hits just above the top. And there's light hitting on the bottom lip there. Once again, comes down. I'm going to move the chin up slightly, just always making little changes. Side of the face comes in like that. I can start to think about the hair, where the hair fits in, very dark in there. The ear is in line with the eye, comes down to here. Dark around there. And then the ear here is in light. Make sure it's light. Now once you've got a drawing like this, you can spend as long as you like making it really, really perfect. You can sort of just keep subtly changing things, and then gradually the portrait will become more and more lifelike, more and more detailed. If you want to keep it sketchy, then you can just keep it sketchy as it is, like this. I'm going to make the background slightly lighter, just using my hand, just so it's not too dark. And like I say, you can carry on drawing and fine-tuning and editing for as long as you like, but if you start in this way, you'll get to this stage nice and quickly, rather than having to worry about all the detail. So this is how I make a drawing using charcoal.